Hi everyone, my name is Javier Fernandez Barerra, and I'm going to talk to you about the Quick Draw. It's a helper device for your phone. Before I talk about the actual product, I want to take you on the journey that I went through. I'm a very avid sailor. It's a hobby that I picked up a few years ago that I really enjoy. And so when I was thinking about what to do for my thesis, I decided to do something that I knew would keep me engaged for 9 months. I think I'm easily distracted, so choosing something I really liked was very important to me. And I started off thinking, well, maybe something related to sailing safety, or maybe something related to training or racing. But when I actually got people out on sailboats, I started seeing something else that took me in a whole different direction. So I noticed, for example, Priya bumping her camera against the side of the boat while she was working on some ropes. I saw Katie putting herself in an awkward position, trying to stabilize herself to get a good shot. I saw Reju and Esther clutching to their iPhones for dear life so they wouldn't fall in their water. I also saw something that I didn't get a picture of because as soon as the boat starts tipping over, something potentially dangerous or more exciting starts happening, guess what? All the cameras get put away. Right? So there's no pictures of those moments. So I went back to do some synthesis of all the observations that I saw during these sailing trips. Some things that I decided to focus on once I started looking at all the information were making sure that the device itself was safe. And this was a turning point because I decided here to focus on the phone. A phone is something that we all have now, and guess what? It turns out to be a pretty good camera as well. Not everyone has a DSLR, but everyone's got a phone with a pretty decent camera now. So I decided to focus on keeping that phone safe. I also wanted to focus on keeping the picture taker stable. You know, how can we maybe have them have one hand free that they can grab something so they can be stable. And I also wanted to focus on how can we encourage people to use their cameras during these exciting moments when maybe the sailboat is kind of tipping over. So I took all these ideas and went back for more rounds of in-context idea generation. You know, we took people out on sailboats, filled them with Post-its, as we like to do in this program, and was able to generate a bunch of interesting ideas. Some of them are really crazy, you know, flying a little helicopter around the mast. But then we had to take all those ideas and kind of funnel them down into something that made a little more sense to try and prototype. I made some prototypes to actually test on boats. Most of them focused on different ways to attach your phone to the sailboat. Turns out some of these weren't very good ideas. For example, this one that I tried up here in the corner ended up breaking as I was pulling up the sail up the mast, and that phone is now somewhere in the bottom of Lake Michigan. So one of these prototypes turned out to be a turning point for me, which was this one right here. This is the very first iteration of the Quick Draw concept. It was a way to attach your phone to your hand in a secure way that also allowed you to pull it out very quickly. I knew I had hit a gold mine here when I heard people say, "I feel like Batman." It's a go gadget phone. And I was like, okay, this is the direction I'm going to follow. Not only did it kind of very tangibly solve some of the issues I wanted to deal with, but it kind of appealed to the, the inner Batman, the gadget-loving persona in a lot of us engineers in the room. So I started doing some concept drawings just to kind of get a feel of how big this would actually be on your hand, what different types of mechanisms can we actually use that won't, be really bulky or but it actually makes sense. After this, I entered a phase that's really important, which my mentor Martin really helped me out with. It's the iteration phase. I went through many iterations of my final design concept. I'm going to go through a few of them now. After each of these versions, I kind of took a pause and got feedback from users to kind of see what made sense, what I could fix. So for example, after the first iteration there, which is just made of foam core, I realized that the device couldn't open up like this, really had to slide. That's what people really identified with. That's what gave it the Batman effect. So for the next one, I tried something with a slider. I just got a slider at Home Depot, very basic. But in this version, you could actually attach the phone to the slider, put it on some people, and they said, hey, I like the sliding motion, but the phone doesn't really feel safe on there. It's just grabbing it has to be more secure. So then I moved on to the blue version there. I got a nicer slider, felt more robust. I had a 3D printed case that hold the entire phone, which made it seem more secure. And I realized that just having the phone slide out like this wasn't very useful. You actually had to then tilt the phone to be able to put your thumb on it. So then I took all the feedback from those versions, as well as a lot of kind of small mechanical adjustments that had to be made, and came up with my final design of the quick draw. So here it is. I'm going to put it on to demo it for you guys real quick. I just slide my hand into it like this, pull the straps to attach it safely. So there it is on my hand. I then just need to cock my wrist back to open it up. And then I take my phone, which is already in the case, specially designed for the quick draw. I can then snap my phone into the quick draw, put it away. Now it's on my wrist. I can pull some ropes, I can do some digging or whatever. And then all of a sudden, I need to use my phone. There it is. I'll do it again for those.
I didn't have my phone ready.
So, needless to say, I'm pretty happy with the final version. There are a lot of small mechanical challenges in here that I'll be very happy to talk to you all about at the fair. There's a little retaining cam to make it snap closed. There's a little snap fit for the phone. A lot of very kind of intricate little mechanical things that the iteration that really helped with. So to finish off, although the quick draw was really designed and came out of sailing, I really envision it as a product that will help you unlock the potential of your phone in any situation. So I prepared a short video that I hope you like to highlight all the different situations in which you can use the quick draw.